This is a different video, and this is a different video because of my method of recording my voice. Usually I use earbuds, but I guess I sort of stim with them, and I realize it can be an annoying sound during the earbuds. And here I believe that perhaps my fan is always audible in the background. Maybe it's a little more audible now that I'm using a speaker. I wouldn't exactly know. But anyways, I guess earlier today I was thinking of my other grandmother's house and how that time in my life is completely gone now. It basically just was a whole area of my life. As I don't really go to much areas, it's always just home, school, then her house. Home, school, her house. That was the whole trinity of areas I went to. And sometimes when I was with her, I'd go to the church. So that was, I guess, more of a quadruple. I don't really know a term for a trinity that would be used for four. But yes, a quadruple or something. But I just stopped seeing her more and more, so that means no more church. Then no more house. Because the house got destroyed, they demolished it. And there's so many memories from there. And sometimes I miss it, but I realize I can never go back. Unless I can go there in a dream. But then again, I rarely ever dream about the place. It's not a part of my life anymore. If I lived to be 30 or something, I'd perhaps get a dream of it. At that time, everything would be different though. All this new technology would be introduced, or everyone's already dead. It's something, and I guess I'll never really be understood by anyone in my family. I'll just fade. I want to leave the state sometimes, but I have good houses that at least set up, but I just don't want them harassing me. By harassing me, it means just prodding in my personal life, which they're definitely going to do because of my fucking family. So I'm so paranoid about that, as essentially they've all just been fed a lie for years. The personality I've sort of constructed around them is a lie. Lots of things, they're just lies to them. And at a certain point, years and years ago, I just stopped consciously doing it. It just became pure impulse. And I'm not gonna lie to them about like a task or something like that. Just myself. Things like that. Interests, everything. All lies. And they can't know that. They can't. They'll die without ever knowing. Or at least that's how I hope it goes. Yeah. Like maybe I'll tell them a little bit after I turn 18 and something they can get little inklings of what I really am, what I really do, what I really think. But yeah, that's all I'll get. Little inklings. They'll never get a full picture. I don't even know if I could provide a full picture to anyone. Perhaps one person. But I'm thinking, oh yeah, I had Christmas recently, and compared to the other occurrences of the holiday, this one was more less. And I just got items that were more practical, like Lego sets and the sewing kit, though I haven't used the sewing kit yet. I'm just trying to build the Legos occasionally throughout the day, and it gives me something to do, but within a few days I figure I'll be finished with both of the sets. I've already finished one of them, and I think I'm more than halfway done for the other one, so I'm running out of time, essentially. Then I'll have to start sewing and all that, and before I know it, winter break might be over, and I'll go back through school. But school will be just a breeze. There won't really be anything in school. I do the assignments, I do the tasks, I do it over and over and over again, and I do it well. Nothing changes, and I'll forget most of the year, I guess, what I actually did in there. And it'll just be like that. Then it'll be summer. I guess the summers are memorable, but now I'm coming to the realization that I'm running out of summers. This summer that I'm going to get is the last one where at least I'm going to be going to like a public school the next year. Like, I guess one of the most true summers, because I bet they're going to be on my ass the summer after that for me to get a job and stuff like that. But I honestly doubt I could ever be employed. Usually, I could potentially be employed. I would like that because I need money to support some ventures. But I guess the reality just never really sets in for them. They don't really realize. They don't even realize what I really am, and I'm not even really trying to hide it that much. If they just looked, they see the writing on the wall. This child has never had friends. This child has never had most experiences that other people have had. They're going to probably never realize it, or they'll realize it when I'm 20 or something. By then, it'd be far too late for them to even try anything, and I'd be long gone. Probably not dead, but I'd be just out of the vicinity. Hopefully, maybe. I feel a little bad because I'd sort of abandoned my father, and he doesn't have much, really. I guess he does have his parents, which are my grandparents, but they always seem to belittle him a bit. And they see me and him. No, I mean, they see him and me. And I don't even really act like him that much. They'll tell me all this stuff, like, don't skip out on your schoolwork, because, like, he was, like, the 2000 skater stoner, early 2000 skater stoner, so, of course, like, skipping out on all the work, like, the stereotypical things of that, that's what he did. And I guess for some reason, some would assume that with me, I guess minus the drugs. Though I am taking drugs, I'm just very good at hiding it. I'm just very good at not getting caught. It's probably been about a year since the first time I actually did it. Or 2 years, probably like a year and a half. And not once have they even tried questioning me at all. I was just really good at that. And it was just weed, but still, that's what he was using too. I guess they assumed it immediately turns you into a retard. But I took it smartly. And still continued with the really good grades and all that. The really good grades that are really worth nothing. like how they forced it upon me with the Shea tutor and all that. It made me a bit suicidal, but yeah. So that's all they really talk about. And they don't really care about my emotional well-being, or at least it seems like it. They only really care that I get good grades. Like, really? That's what really fucking annoys me about them. They only really care that I get good grades. There's never anything else they discuss. Sometimes I very subtly express it. Gripe a little bit about how they only talk about that, but I never hint at anything else they should be talking about. They should figure it out for themselves, but I don't think they ever will. Those types of people just never do. People in general just never do. They never figure out things such as that. They're of a dying world. They're of a dead world, essentially. The world they were born into, the world they grew up in. It's dead. It's only dying more and more and more, and becoming more and more unrecognizable. They may very well live to be 80 or 90, and there they will truly see, very truly see, that the final vestiges of their world will be completely dead. Then they'll realize. Of course, that's, I guess, more wishful thinking that they even realize then. They'll never realize, most likely. All the things. My grandmother recently offered me condoms. For some reason, I guess she was under the implication that I am sexually active. I am not really sexually active. Sort of, I guess. I do talk about sexual topics with my girlfriend and things such as that, but we're distant right now. Like, literally distant, so it's not possible to do such things in this current thing. What else do I have to... Oh, yes. I remembered that I have my knife near me. I really like this knife. And it's just a really nice device. And now, what I want to do is, in the future, I've always wanted to just carry a gun on me everywhere I go, because I'm so paranoid about other people. So I think for now, I guess until I can legally get a license to conceal carry, I'm gonna carry this knife with me when I go out. Mainly on my own. If there's someone with me, I can't really do that easily. Or at least someone that would care, like a parent, for example, or a family member. But a spouse and a girlfriend, I'd like having, carrying these. She can have one too. And it's a very nice, well-crafted, beautiful thing, really. To make, even though it's not a gun, which I guess guns, they're more meticulously crafted. I can really respect the engineering in those. And I can also respect the engineering in the specific knife that I'm holding. It's more of a switchblade, but it still does its job well. I feel like it's starting to get a little loose, the blade. So that's sad. And again, it doesn't matter that much. Oh fuck, it's cutting at my leg, not really drawing blood or anything like that. I have a blanket over my leg so it absorbs all the blows, and I'm not actually experiencing any pain or anything of the sort, but it does indent my blanket a little bit with the shape of the blade, the lines, what you'd expect on an emo girl's arm in 2006. It's kind of what you see here, though there's nothing oozing, there's no scabs, nothing like that, because it's just a blanket, it's not flesh. So that's interesting, I suppose, just a way to pass the time. Now, I'm left in the predicament of not knowing what to speak about, what to talk about, what to discuss. Christmas, that's over, and oh yeah, there's a New Year's party soon, which I'm not even really going to participate in. From what I know, they may bring my cousin and his family there, which that'll be dreadful because it'll provide more incentive or something, or at least I'll think it'll provide incentive for me to talk and mingle about, but I'm not going to do that. And I've stopped going to all the parties, but occasionally they're held in my house. This is when it's held in my house. It's pretty rare, but yeah, I just stay in my room during these. That's all I gotta do. And it's annoying because they intrude, not the partygoers themselves, but my grandparents, mainly my grandfather. He intrudes on me a little bit. Like, oh yeah, look, there's dessert and some shit that's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that there's dessert. I do not want to go down there. That's how I just want to go and stay in my room during these. But when I move in with my father, that'll be interesting. In fact, I am now under the inclination that I won't have another of these parties unless there's a July 4th one. I'm not going to be in this house anymore. I'm going to live alone with my dad within a year from now. So this may be the last one. A historic moment in my life, and now I can finally record moments in my life much better. Yes, prior to around August or September, most of my life just sort of it's undocumented. But now there's more documentation than ever, and I'm glad, I suppose, that I can document my life like this. And now I'm thinking of when my room once had a carpet. For many years my room was carpeted, and occasionally these small little things, they'd get lost in the carpet. I'd imagine them as having souls, being alive a bit, and I'd narrate their struggle, outlasting, sort of like it's a zombie apocalypse, and the zombies would be my vacuum, eventually coming up to clean them up, and things such as that. But some, I could clearly tell, I've been there for years, and out of respect, I leave them be, but then my carpet was replaced. So now it's just bullshit. I hope my room has a carpet. My new one. I want to lay on the floor. Oh, I guess you can't hear them, but my great-grandmother and my father are conversing a little bit right now. I've heard my great-grandmother call out to him throughout the morning and the day so far, but he never responds, as he's just locked in a slumber. But now he's finally awake, finally aware. He's not aware of everything. Well, I suppose I'll end this video now. Goodbye.